The man, the myth, the legend. Yes, that goes for Quinn Ewers, at least in the state of Texas. This is Sports Guy Talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Quinn Ewers being a potential superstar in the making. Texas is coming off of an upset victory against Alabama as Quinn Ewers played one of his best games ever at the collegiate level. With this upset victory, Texas has now become potential candidates to make a run for the college football playoff this season. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So here it is. Has Quinn Ewers become underrated? My answer to that question is absolutely. Quinn Ewers has gotten way too much disrespect when talking about college football quarterbacks because of the fact that Quinn Ewers hasn't necessarily played a whole ton of football in recent seasons. That's why people are like, oh, has Quinn Ewers become somewhat of a failure as a former 5-star prospect? But honestly, no. Quinn Ewers hasn't had a real opportunity to prove himself. He committed to Ohio State. Yes, he didn't get playing time over there, but that's because they had CJ Stroud over there. CJ Stroud was making his mark as a future star player in the NFL and being an elite collegiate quarterback. Because of the fact that Quinn Ewers transferred to Texas, people are like, oh, he quit on Ohio State. That means that he's not that guy. That means he doesn't have what it takes in order to be a great quarterback. But then he goes to Texas. He plays okay over there, but you can tell that he's clearly banged up. You can tell that he's clearly not 100%, but he's giving it his all. But I knew Quinn Ewers was the real deal. You know why I believed in Quinn Ewers so much? Because of the fact that Quinn Ewers was an elite prospect in high school, and because of the fact that he has a can for an arm and that he has so much poise and toughness within him. I just knew that he needed a real opportunity to showcase his skills. Last year was not a real chance for Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers was clearly playing with a messed up shoulder, but now he's fully healthy. Now he has a better core around him. Now he has weapons around him, and now he's finally looking pretty good as a quarterback. Now he's 2-0 as a starter this year. They blew out Rice. Good job to Quinn Ewers for doing that in week 1, even though he's supposed to do that. Then, of course, to beat Alabama on the road, very impressive for what Quinn Ewers did. His draft stock just skyrocketed big time. Quinn Ewers played amazing against Alabama. I thought he did a great job making his reads. I thought he did a great job putting the ball in play, and I thought he did a great job putting air on the deep throws that he threw, and I thought that he ran his progressions pretty well. When I watch Quinn Ewers play, I see a lot of Matthew Stafford in his game. Yeah, is Quinn Ewers going to make some stupid throws and gunsling the football down the field? Yes, but Quinn Ewers has the talent to go ahead and do that. He has elite arm strength. He has elite poise. He has elite toughness. Quinn Ewers is willing to take any hit on the football field in order to get the ball open to his receivers. Quinn Ewers knows how to put players in positions to be successful. And I think Quinn Ewers has also played with tremendous confidence this season. Now, he's not playing arrogant. There's a difference between arrogance and confidence. Now, how somebody would play like Baker Mayfield in the NFL, that would be considered arrogance. How somebody like Quinn Ewers has been playing in college football, though, he has been playing with confidence. He's not going out there saying, oh my goodness, I'm the only good quarterback in college football, but he's going out there and saying, okay, I know that I can go ahead and play at a high level. Let me go ahead and put my players in positions to be successful. Let me go ahead and use the tight end in the passing game. Let me follow my instructions from Steve Sarkisian, because I know Steve Sarkisian is one of the brightest minds in football, at least at the college football level. Let me go ahead and use those outside receivers that I got. Let me go ahead and use the running game. I was impressed with the fact how Texas was able to run off the last 7 minutes of the ball game against Alabama. To be able to run down the throats against Alabama's defense, that was obviously very good for what they did. That means Texas is a mentally tough team. That also means that they're a physically tough team as well. That's going to be good because in the Big 12, there's not going to be a lot of tough teams that they're going to be playing up against. So for them to be able to play tough football against an SEC opponent, congratulations to Texas. That's why I think Texas is going to make the college football playoff this year. Before the season started, I picked Georgia to make the college football playoff. I also picked Ohio State to make the college football playoff. I also picked Michigan to make the college football playoff. But one team that a lot of people had a problem with me was the fact that I said, watch out for Texas, guys. I said Texas was going to make the college football playoff before the season started. And people were like, whoa, Texas, are we even sure they're going to win the Big 12? Are we even sure that they're going to even be close to making the college football playoff? What about LSU? What about Florida State? What about some of these other teams that you forgot about? What about Bama? That's what everybody kept telling me. And I said, nope, because Texas has an elite quarterback. They got an elite offensive mind, and they can be able to run the football effectively, and they can also throw the football pretty effectively as well. I know that the secondary for Texas is not necessarily that good, but in the Big 12, does defense really matter? No, not really. And if they can hold up against Alabama's passing game, then they'll be able to hold up against any team's passing game. Look, obviously, Alabama's quarterback, Jalen Monroe, was not a good quarterback whatsoever. I know he played a good game for his standards, but he honestly did not look the part of a future star quarterback at the collegiate level. Quinn Ewers did, though. Quinn Ewers has become underrated at his craft. When we talk about the best quarterbacks in the nation, who do we think of? We think of Caleb Williams, right? We think of Drake Maye. We think about Shedeur Shedeur Sanders. I hear more people hype Shedeur Sanders more so than Quinn Ewers. And look, I'm not trying to tear down Shedeur Sanders because he's done a great job for Colorado, and he's going to make Colorado relevant again. And he's already turned around that program. He's already been a big reason for that, alongside with his father and Deion Sanders. What they've been doing at Colorado has been tremendous. But for what Quinn Ewers has been doing in Texas, more people are not talking about, and it's quite frankly baffling to me because of the fact that Quinn Ewers is succeeding without having to be able to be a runner himself. Quinn Ewers is not a run-first quarterback. When we think about the best quarterbacks in football at the collegiate level, we think about their athleticism. We think about their ability to run outside of the pocket. We think about their ability to create big plays. But Quinn Ewers is your traditional drop-back passer. I'm not saying that Quinn Ewers is slow, but what I'm saying about Quinn Ewers is when you think about him dropping back to throw, you're thinking, how is he going to fling that football down the field? You're not thinking about him trying to outrun 11 guys on the football field. You're not thinking about Quinn Ewers running the zone read or the triple option. You're thinking, oh my goodness, how is Quinn Ewers going to go through his progressions? And he's done a great job with that. He looks like he understands Steve Sarkisian's offense really well. It seems like he's been playing comfortable in there. It seems like he's done a good job getting the running backs involved in the running game and the receiving game. Texas, with their schedule that they got right now, they could certainly make a run to win the Big 12 conference. If they win the Big 12 this year, they should be able to make the college football playoff. I mean, look, I said that whoever won the Texas and Bama game was going to make the college football playoff. Well, Texas won that game, which means that they are in the driver's seat to make the college football playoff. They currently are the ones that control their destiny in terms of being able to make the college football playoff. Now, if Texas and Bama end up with the same record by the end of the year, it should be fairly obvious which team should be higher up in the power rankings. Obviously, Texas should be considered to be the better team. They're the ones that beat Texas at Alabama. It's not even like Texas won at home, right? Texas won on the road against Alabama. When is the last time that Nick Saban lost at home by multiple scores? The answer was 2003. He wasn't even at Alabama at the time. He was at LSU. Nick Saban had never lost by 10 points at home until Saturday, where Quinn Ewers came out there and balled out. Quinn Ewers belongs in the conversations in terms of being one of the top quarterbacks in college football. He should be in the Heisman race, just like Drake Maye is, just like Caleb Williams is, just like Bo Nix is, just like Michael Penix Jr. He should belong in that list. Quinn Ewers has become so underrated that it's just become an absolute joke to me. He is an elite quarterback at the collegiate level. He makes big plays happen down the field. He is accurate. He is poised. He is tough. He has everything that you want in a leader. I think Quinn Ewers, even though he's not the fastest runner, he has elite intangibles as well as having elite arm strength. That is a good combination to have. When I look at Quinn Ewers, I'm thinking if he declares for the draft in 2024, this guy needs to be a first-round quarterback because he plays with so much poise. Now, is he in the same tier as Caleb Williams and Drake Maye? No, he's not in that same tier, but he should be in the tier right behind. And Texas this year, if Quinn Ewers can keep it up, they could become national championship contenders. I believe that Texas is finally back as a national power. They are back to national relevance, and Texas football is where it's supposed to be right now. Congratulations to Steve Sarkisian and Quinn Ewers for that accomplishment. I am proud of those two men. Those two played a huge role in the success of Texas against Alabama. Now they just got to go ahead and take care of business against the other opponents in the Big 12. As long as they can do that, they'll win the Big 12 and they'll make the college football playoff. I can't really see how the committee is going to keep them out, especially after the magical run that Texas is going to be having this year. I believe that Texas will make the college football playoff this year. I just see it happening. They're going to be really good. They just got to keep Quinn Ewers upright and he'll be fine. This is his first full season as a starter in college football. I know last year he started 10 games, but Quinn Ewers was hurt with the shoulder. He was playing hurt. Now he's finally healthy for the first time ever in his college career, and now we're finally getting to see, oh, that's why he was a 5-star prospect. That's why he was getting compared to Trevor Lawrence coming out of high school. Now we get to see why. It's because Quinn Ewers has amazing arm talent. He can throw it down the field. He understands collegiate defenses really well. He knows how to make his progressions in the pocket. It just seems like he has an advanced understanding of the game of football. So that is why Quinn Ewers has become very underrated, as he will be a future star quarterback in the NFL. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @Dustin Tran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @Dustin Tran and @Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @Dustin Tran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest. from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel Sports Guy Talking.